Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Shermaine, aka Terran McGinnis, coming at y'all with some Titanfall. Spawning into a game on Fracture mid-match. I hate that shit so much, yo. I hate spawning into games mid-match. And plus, I spawned in like the middle of the fucking open right there, too. That was terrible. Oh my gosh. There needs to be a toggle in like a preferences fucking menu or something, or in settings, that will allow you to never spawn in games mid-matches. And I just got fatality, sunrise, crispy, snap, crackle, and pop on my ass. It was embarrassing. Yes, it really was. There needs to be a setting that when you toggle it, you will stay in matchmaking a little bit longer, but you will always start and finish games from the very beginning. You will always play your game from the very beginning, and you don't jump in mid-match. It's just something that I just hate. You know, I just hate doing that because I feel like it takes a longer time to get a sense of the game, sense of where the enemies like to be, the routes they take, the spots they like to hang at. Make it happen, Respawn. I'd definitely be behind something like that, or any fucking multiplayer game. That would be cool to me. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about transparency in game development, why I think it's incredibly important for developers to let the community know what's going on as they develop the game. Now, you don't have to tell us everything. You know, transparency is a great thing, but you don't want to give us every little detail, because then that kind of ruins the surprise. So, I think transparency is something that you have to earn the right to not be transparent with the community. I think that for most developers, they do not fall into that category. There are some, though. One example is Rockstar. You know when Rockstar is going to make a game, it's going to be amazing. And any of their franchises, really. Every single Grand Theft Auto they have ever made has been in contention or won Game of the Year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is a true statement. Red Dead Redemption was great. That'd be cool if they made another game in that series. They spend so much money, put a lot of love and care into their games, and they're great every single time. They have earned the right to say, you know what, no, we're not going to tell you what we're going to do. You need to just shut up and accept it, because it's going to be great either way. I mean, they shouldn't do that. That'd be, you know, they'd be kind of assholes for that. But they've earned the right to, because they've made great games all the time. Every game they've made has been pretty spectacular. So I feel like you have to earn that right. You have to show the community that you're capable of making fantastic games. And once you've done that, then you don't have to tell people what's going on, what you plan to do, what you want to do. You don't have to give the people what they want. But if you're a developer like 343 or Respawn, for this matter, and when I mean by Respawn, I'm speaking from the overall general community consensus, not the Titanfall community consensus. You need to let people know what's going on. You need to let people know what's happening in development, at least to some degree. Especially, I think more so for 343, more so than Respawn. Because with 343, you're handling a franchise that's people's like childhoods. Gaming childhoods. A lot of people grew up playing Halo, any of the Halos. That was my first game I've ever owned on the original Xbox. So I've been around. It's a very sticky predicament that the Halo franchise is currently in, because the game needs to continue to evolve while still maintaining roots of the original Halos. And they're starting to get back to that to some degree, but it's kind of hard, because you have to innovate enough to justify the existence of another Halo, but not alienate your existing community, which Halo 4 did in a lot of respects with the inclusion of Sprint. But that's not going anywhere. People just have to accept it whether they like it or not. But the Spartan abilities, the customizable loadouts, the ordinances, that was a lot of aspects taken from other games that for some reason they thought would be successful in Halo 4, and it just turned out that it really wasn't. It really wasn't, and people let 343 know this is not Halo. This is a quasi-hybrid type fucking mix, like a fucked up like mixed drink with a roofie up in it. It's not what the people wanted. You're not going to please everybody. That's obviously a given. No matter what you do as a developer, you're not going to please everybody. But if you let people know from the get-go, early on, look, we're going to have this in the game. A lot of people aren't going to like it. You're going to play it in the beta, which to me is the ultimate form of transparency. You're going to get to test it out. We're going to see if it works. And if it doesn't, we'll get rid of it. Or we'll fix it and tweak it to make sure it does work. So, like I said, you have to earn the right by creating great games. I should have got ripped out right there. Like at that one second I was in no man's land, he should have just meleeed and I would have just fucking been squashed. Yeah, anyways. You have to earn the right by creating and delivering on your games to not have to be transparent with the community. But if you haven't continuously developed and delivered the goods, then you need to let people know what's going on. And that's the case with Halo 5. A lot of changes are happening, and we haven't even gotten the chance to play a lot of game modes. We only got to play Slayer, Breakout, and a couple more, man. It's been such a long time since the Halo 5 beta, I don't remember all that shit. We only got to play a couple of games. We didn't get to play any big team battle. We didn't get to play any vehicle-based game modes or any game modes with vehicles in them. So we have no idea. So you, as a developer, I don't want to say refusing, but not showing us, not giving us the hands-on experience, you need to let us know what to expect from those game modes and what to expect from you in those respects. Because that's something that's been a part of Halo for a very long time. And we need to know what's going to be a little bit different. You don't have to tell us all the changes, all what you have in store, because I think that's a bad thing. I think that kind of ruins a lot of the surprise. But you need to let us know what's going on. You need to drop some snippets of information and let us know in development what ideas are floating around, what's most likely going to be in the game, what is, the two ideas competing for each other. When 343 announced they're going to have dedicated servers, that's great. That's a +1 in my book. That's awesome. Just feed us information constantly, here and there, over time, once in a blue moon, as we near the release date of Halo 5. I think all developers need to do that. Same thing with Titanfall. Titanfall, for the most part, in my opinion, in terms of the general community, it's sold on the name alone, similar to the way Bungie did with Destiny, only in the respect that it wasn't Respawn's name, it was Zampella's name. And Jerry West, the fact that they had developed the original Call of Duties that everybody, I mean everybody loved. The fantastic ones, the great ones, two of the best ones. I think that's a fucking bug flew in my mouth or something. A general consensus around the FPS community is that those were two of the better Call of Duties, two of the best Call of Duties. So using those titles, the developers behind two of the best games in that franchise, you kind of just say, oh my god, they're going to create another first-person shooter that's similar to Call of Duty. Oh, I better get on that because I know it's going to be great. So I feel like that's one of the successful marketing ploys that Respawn kind of implemented in a way. So they did that. They got the game to sell, and then some people didn't like it, some people did like it. But they need to be transparent as well, definitely. More so with the general community rather than the Titanfall community, because people in the Titanfall community still play this game all the damn time. So to me, it doesn't really matter. I love Respawn, I love what they did, so honestly, whatever they do, I'm almost a mindless sheep in this respect. Whatever they do, I still will be very critical of it, but for the most part, I'm going to be happy, because I was happy with Titanfall 1. I wouldn't be bringing you gameplay if I wasn't happy, or that was a double negative. I wouldn't be bringing you gameplay if I was unhappy with Titanfall 1. It's just simple as that. But to appease the general community, they got to let people know what's gonna go down. The new additions, you know what I mean? What's new for the game. That was pretty redundant. Say, are we gonna do customizable Titans in terms of aesthetics? Yes, we are. To what degree? Give us a little bit of a sneak peek. We got skins. We got better insignia. You can create your own insignia. Bam. People are going to love that. Pilot customization. Similar to something to like Advanced Warfare. That would be great. That would be one aspect of that game. That would be a big step up because people like that. And it's cool to customize your pilot even though you can't really fucking see him. So, in other words, it kind of doesn't matter. But that would be something that would be neat and a welcome addition. Skins, even though that shit blows my mind with weapon skins. But whatever. Maybe a little bit of a hint on the campaign, something like that. When they were dropping hints about maps prior to the game, like when they dropped the Boneyard article, I got super excited. I was like, oh man, you know, my imagination was running wild on how Boneyard is going to look, and you know, the how it's going to how the flow of the map is going to be with these huge open areas and like dinosaur bones everywhere. You know, it gets me excited, and stuff like that gets people excited. And I feel like if you drop us hints, not necessarily hints, or let me say this, yeah, if you drop us hints on big changes like a campaign of some sort that's a single player, don't give us all of the meal. Just give us the macaroni and cheese on the side. Give us the nice mashed potato side instead of the steak. You don't want to give us the entire steak, because then you kind of start ruining it in a way. And this is where I'm going to compare MKX. With MKX, you have a lot of character trailers, character reveals. That's great. But they kind of fuck themselves when they release their DLC packs, like the samurai pack and all that, and the combat pack, all the skins that were available. It showed skins that will be available for characters that were not even announced in the game. So it effectively ruined the surprise for multiple characters that might have had their own trailer in the works or weren't going to be revealed entirely. When you do something like that, I think that's really negative, because I feel like you take the fun out of it. You take the fun out of, you take the thrill of excitement, the thrill of discovery out of your game. So characters that you thought probably weren't going to be back in the game are back in the game, and they have, you know, purchasable skins and stuff like that. So transparency is a good thing. To conclude, transparency is something that is very important to me, and is very good to exhibit while you're developing your game. However, you have to earn the right to not be transparent by developing great games, delivering the goods, delivering on all the promises, and presenting a very, very well polished product. When you do that time and time again, you have earned the right to not be transparent with your community. You don't have to tell them anything, really, because at the end of the day, they know that what you have created is going to be something great, just like the previous additions, just like the previous installments into a franchise, or just your previous works. You have to earn that right to not be transparent with your community and just the overall gaming community as a whole. Now, it's great to be transparent, but you don't want to be too transparent, because then it takes the excitement out of what you might have in store. A lot of your surprises might not be surprises because you just ruined them for your own self. Now people know exactly what they're going to get 100%. You're going to say, oh, we're going to have this many Titans, this is going to do this, blah 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 blah, instead of saying we got 3 new Titans and they don't play similar to Atlas, Strider, or Ogre, something like that. So guys, thank you all for watching. Pretty long video. I jumped around from a couple of places. We went from kind of a dead couple of weeks in March. Hopefully April will turn around, be a little bit more action-packed. 2, transparency is a very good thing. However, you cannot be too transparent to give away all your surprises. But if you're a developer that has not earned the right to be non-transparent, you need to let the community know here and there updates about what's going on, what ideas are circulating, what's most likely going to be in the game, a little bit about new features, but not enough to ruin what you have in store, the surprises. And you have, like I said, you have to earn the right to not be transparent with your community. So guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Charmaine, and I'm out. Peace. Have a good day.